All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going live right now because there's breaking news. I don't know if you guys, you probably have seen it. This is the first time you've seen it. Allegedly, there has been two soldiers that have been shot right outside of the White House. I'm going to read this description to you so we can get up to speed, and then we're going to play a little bit of the news coverage so we can have all the information that I can't get because I'm not physically there. So it says multiple National Guard soldiers were shot near the White House, triggering an immediate security lockdown. The suspect shooter is reportedly in custody. A graphic image circulating online shows a wounded Guardsman on the pavement receiving aid from the Secret Service, which is the clip that you probably see that's going to be blasted out there, and people are going to show it because it's salacious. But let's go to the news and see what they're saying right now, if there's any other updates. At this time, I don't think we know who the shooter is, why the shooter did what the shooter did. We don't know what caliber of weapon was used. We don't want to know what started this. I would argue there's one of these leftist nut jobs like they always do, committing crimes like this. But let's go to the news and see what they have to say.
The response I've gotten from people is they've enjoyed having them here because they are friendly, they are helpful. For months, they were helping clean up the district. They were mulching, they were picking up trash, they were making DC beautiful. And to have this happen, again, like you said, as they've just received orders to start dwindling those numbers and start leaving the district is really heartbreaking. We don't know where these two Guards members have come from. We don't know anything about their background right now, but we are hearing that they are in critical condition after being shot. And again, we know from DC police that one suspect is in custody. This was some sort of active shooting. We don't know what led up to it. But again, just a block from the White House on this Thanksgiving Eve.
And thankfully, the president and the first lady, of course, had already left for Thanksgiving. But had the president and first lady been there, I think we would have seen even more increased police presence from all law enforcement agencies in this. I mean, it was great to see law enforcement rush to the scene and follow protocol and shut down the corresponding blocks. I think it makes complete sense if those blocks stay shut down for an extended amount of time until they figure out who saw what and if there's any evidence to be gathered.
We're going to go back out live to our Julie.
Hold on, they're going to go back out live, but I was just wondering, let's play it live so we can see what she has to say, Rose.
All right, thanks, Oma. We're here with Stacey. Stacey said she was here when she kind of heard everything that was unfolding. Stacey, tell us a little bit about what time did this all happen, and what did you hear and see at the moment?
It was about 2:15 p.m. I was going to my lunch break, heading to the Ronald Reagan building to go to the dry cleaners. I was in the Uber. I heard right in front of 17th Street, and I heard boom, boom, 2 times. And then the Uber driver said, "Why are all these people running?" So then I look out the window, and it's little children, adults running, children on both sides of the street, running in the opposite direction. The supervision is saying to the children, "Go, go, run." And then I heard help, help in the direction of the shooting. But I don't know if it was the shooter or if it was someone trying to help the shooter. I had to take out my contacts because my eyes were irritated. But the Uber driver did say to me the individual who did the shooting had a hood on over their head. And I thought to myself, I had literally just said to the Uber driver, "It's such a beautiful day." So then the Uber, and I said, "Why would someone have a hood?" So that to me makes me feel like maybe the individual planned this. And then the police response, or Secret Service guarded men, professional level, government level, quickly came from all directions running.
Yeah, how long from you hearing the noises that you heard and the booms that you heard before there was like police presence coming out here?
It was seconds. It was seconds. We're on the street, and they immediately told us, "You have to turn around. You have to turn around." Yeah, it was within seconds. Like, I was super impressed.
Did you see the person that was running the hood? Did you see anybody down on the ground? There's all the extent of the injuries?
No, I only saw the individuals who were running in the opposite direction, the children and the little children. They looked like they were only 5.
What kind of emotions does that stir in you in that moment, seeing everything unfold?
I thought to myself, it was a beautiful day. A beautiful day. It's the holidays. Imagine these little children, something would have happened to them. Like, that's
All right,
heartless.
I want to pose something
No
to you
parent
guys
wants
real
to
quick.
bury their child. And it was.
I want to pose something to you guys real quick. What do you think this is? Do you think this is a terrorist attack, meaning that a strategic attack from terrorists, multiple assailants, decided to do this, or you think it's one of these leftist nut jobs who are mad that the National Guard is protecting people in D.C., which is completely asinine to be upset about it. The people that live there are not upset about it. I want to hear your comments and thoughts. I'm not looking at the chat right now because I don't have it on my computer, but if you want to message me at Freedom Chat, you can email me at brandon@freedomchat.com, brandon@freedomchat.com. I got the computer up right now, and I'm looking at the email. So if you want to message me some thoughts or concerns or questions about the topic, I'll be monitoring that. I'll try to see if we can get the actual YouTube chat up on the teleprompter here, but for the time being, you can message me at brandon@freedomchat.com. But this is crazy. I wonder what it is. I wonder what's going to happen. I'm glad that there weren't more people shot. It's still troubling that in D.C., in our capital, we have somebody shoot National Guardsmen, and it's intentional. It's clearly intentional. Nobody else was shot. Somebody was hooded, and they ran from the scene. Clearly, it appears that at least one person ran from the scene. Somebody else was detained. I don't really see or hear of any weapons or anything like that they've disclosed. Let's play the news again.
Here making sure that people do not get into areas that interferes with what they are trying to do. Both roads are closed off here right near the metro. As Stacey was saying at the time, everybody was running. A lot of that panic, a lot of that fear has died down at this point, but the response has been quick. The response is heavy. You're not getting anywhere around this area. We can see further. It looks maybe down the road, down here on I Street a little bit further down. It looks like you can see a little bit more police presence kind of moving back and forth down there. I can't quite see exactly what units are down there, but you do have all of them out. Look, this is a time when the National Guard has been here in D.C. for a while. During that time, there's been a lot of talk and a lot of praise on the number of homicides decreasing, the crime in D.C. going down with their presence here. Of course, now that, it's talks out there that some of the National Guard actually has been involved in this. They have been a victim of some of this crime. That tells a very different story of what everybody's experiencing out here today, Homer.
All right, let's go to the scene real quick. So some pictures, and we censored it. I just want to give an example. Like, this gentleman looked like he's being tended to. It does not look like this is an incredibly devastating situation because it's not confirmed that anybody has passed, but it does look like he may have gotten grazed in the head. There's some blood on the ground. But we censor that part out so you don't have to see it. But it's not really gory, to be honest. We just want to censor it so that, it's not overly exposed. But it looked like they're actually tending to him. If this was a critical situation, they would not be looking like that, right? They'll be out on top of him doing CPR and all kind of other stuff, or trying to get him off the X to a secured area. So it seems like he may have been hit in the head or grazed by a bullet. But this is one of two of our guardsmen that have been struck in an intentional strike. And I can just think back to what Sarah Adams was telling me. And I'm not saying that this is the case where there is a terrorist activity, but it is this threat that eventually they're going to start acting these things out. They've been let through the border unobstructed. And shout out to those of you who messaged me here at brandon@freedomchat.com. Karen said that she believes it's a leftist that did this. I wonder what you guys think in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section or send me an email. But I think if I had to guess or I have to lean towards a certain direction, I would lean towards it being a leftist. These leftists are so nutty. They tried to shoot ICE agents. They aren't here trying to, hurt just your average person. You know what I mean? And I say average person, the average person that's doing media and they disagree with, they want to hurt them. They want to kill him. It's just it's very disheartening. Faith, thank you so much for sending me a message in Freedom Chat on brandon@freedomchat.com. It says, watching from Barbados. That's absolutely cool. She thinks it's a leftist nut job. Let's see. Yes, I think most people would agree that it's a leftist nut job. Let's see if we have any more other news coverage. Let's shoot it back to the news so we can hear if they're giving us any updates. And let's look for some different news outlets and see if they're reporting things a little differently. Roll the sound.
All DC police give their name, their phone number, their address, and let them know if they saw something or have something on their cameras, because that's going to become vital, critical pieces of evidence that may help piece this together. Again, right now they say one person they think is the shooter is in custody, but it's too preliminary to know exactly if there were more individuals involved, one in the planning, whether it was a targeted event on these National Guardsmen, which I hope it wasn't. We hope they pull through. But also think of what's going on now. There's family members from all over this country on their cell phones reaching out to their National Guardsmen family members to see if they're okay. And some people are not going to get a call back right away, or not going to get a call back, and that's got to be very frightening and very concerning. I also think that the people in the government buildings that are on lockdown, they're probably watching us on TV, but they also, it's got to be very terrifying and scary for some of them. One thing that's weird is, like you said, the lockdown has all these people gathered on the street. We've been so conditioned that people aren't afraid to come back to the scene once the police are there. But this is a catastrophic incident. You would think that many people would still want to stay away, you know, but we're a rubbernecking society.
I want to go to a super chat real quick.
You had some great...
We have Spencer that is giving a super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat on the YouTube. It says, no coincidence that this is days after Dems encouraged people to go after the president. Which is true. There's no coincidence. I think that it is interesting, right? We just covered on our show that we're going to post later on the Officer Tatum show. We just covered on our show the articulation from Scott Jennings about how these people are literally losing their mind and telling people to disobey the president and all these other things. And now you see a violent shooting from somebody. So anyway, if you have comments, let me know if you got more information. Somebody said, who is the suspect? At this point, we don't know who the suspect is. That it doesn't appear to be a specific suspect that we could name. They don't even really know what the cause of this is or why it occurred the way it did. So information is still coming out. Let's go back to the news if we can to see if they've brought up something a little more important. We'll get there in a second. But you guys continue to send your messages on YouTube. You can send me a message at brandon@freedomchat.com, and I will take a look at it and try to read your message. So, all right, here's another message from some people. I won't say your name because I don't want to disclose who you are on the Freedom Chat. But it says, I think it's a leftist. This is sad. We need harsher punishment for these people. 100%. If this happened to be a leftist and was politically motivated, I would hope that the consequences, since the person isn't deceased, that the consequences would be dire. Anthony, thank you so much for the super chat, 99-cent super chat. I appreciate it. All right, let's go back to the news and see if they're saying something new.
Not long after he receives it, we saw it in the Charlie Kirk case where he was the one to tell the world that Kirk had been killed in an assassination attempt, an assassination. And so in this case, it is certainly the president demonstrating that he is involved. And as we discussed earlier, his concerns about safety in D.C. has been a big part of his policy aim in this second term. Hallie?
Kelly O'Donnell, thank you very much. That concludes this NBC News special report. Much more ahead on NBC News Daily and on our streaming network, NBC News Now.
Right,
thank you very much for watching. I'm Hallie Jackson. We'll see you soon.
So it seems like the news is going to go on to another subject, but it is crazy that the person was shot. Shout out to someone for super chatting us, Kalim, I think that's how you say your name. Will the military take over the investigation? I don't think the military will take over the investigation because I think the jurisdiction is under Donald Trump. So I think that a federal agency would take over the investigation. Somebody wrote about Somalians. Did y'all see that thing? I made a video about the Somalians the other day. Oh, Donald Trump responds. Let's go to Donald Trump's response real quick, and I'll get to the Somalian conversation. Donald Trump right here says the animal that shot, he said animal, suggesting that it's only one person. I don't know if he has more information than we do or he's speaking a little soon on that. It says the animal that shot the two National Guardsmen with both being critically wounded and now in two separate hospitals is also severely wounded. But regardless, will pay a very steep price. God bless our great National Guard and all of the military and law enforcement. These are truly great people. I, as President of the United States of America, and everyone associated with the office of the presidency, am with you. I love that Donald Trump is speaking quickly on that. I'm pretty sure somebody called him on the phone and briefed him. Thank you for the super chat. I'm getting tired of seeing all of this crime happening across the United States of America. Maybe I can give you a little sense of peace and hope that there's 350 million people that live in America, and majority of people are not being exposed to criminal activity. I know it feels that way, but crime is a very small percentage of what people are experiencing. It's easy to say that when you're not a victim of a crime directly, but the truth is the truth. Let's see. Chad, thanks so much for the super chat. Thank you, Brandon, for all that you do, for bringing us the truth. Stay safe and God bless you. Let me tell y'all something, man. More than ever, when you guys write positive comments to me, it really have affected me more now than ever and since I've been doing social media. Like, I really feel like I need encouragement in a time like this because people are so nutty, I can't even get my head around it. Let's see, Jess, thank you so much for the super chat. It's crazy how the left carry out this violence, then use it as a reason to further their anti-gun propaganda. Keep your guns at all costs. 100%. Like, taking my gun is like taking my life. I would never give my guns up. It just won't happen. If you don't like it, too bad. Let's see. Yeah, thank you guys for super chatting. And thank you guys for sending me a message at Brandon@freedomchat.com. All right, I got a couple of messages from the shooter. I'm going to announce them right here. 2 National Guardsmen shot. I think that this was a lunatic that shot them. Another comment from Thomas says, hey, Brandon, I think more than likely it was a leftist nut job. It's crazy to think that we have all these fine men and women protecting D.C. and making it better, and somehow people can think that it's a bad thing. No, it's only dumb weirdos that hate Trump think it's a bad thing to have protection in your city. Every city that's riddled with violence would love to have National Guard there. It's not like the National Guard is committing crime. They're just walking around and deterring crime. Nancy, thanks so much for sending me a message on Freedom Chat, emailing me at Freedom Chat. It says, hi, Brandon, I think it's probably a lunatic leftist. They're the ones who want gun control, and they also are the ones doing all of the gun violence. Please make this make sense. These people, leftists, don't want the guard there, and this is a message. Thank you. It's crazy. All right, we got Rudy. Thanks so much for sending us an email on Freedom Chat, Brandon@freedomchat.com. It says, watching from Canada, I pray for your safety of Trump and everyone still at the White House over the holidays. Glad he isn't there. It's probably a leftist. It looked like unanimously people are believing that it's a leftist. Christopher says, I'm going to guess that maybe it's gang related, since the one thing that Donald Trump wanted to do is clean up gang violence in D.C. Could very well be. This is a longer message from Tony. It says, my immediate reaction was, this is the result of ongoing woke agenda to inspire confused and oftentimes mentally ill people to carry out violence against attacks against conservatives and our president. This is absolutely demonic in origin, and pray that the liberal and the moderates who are not woke will wake up. Democrats are the problem. To see people are hoping that things like this won't happen again. Look like we got an arrest video. All right, let's go to the arrest video. Look like we've been able to get that arrest video. Roll the clip. Oh, they giving him no juice over there. Rightfully so. Probably need to get a little more juice than that, but good professional men and women. I think it's women over there. So it looked like maybe it would have happened right there on the corner. So just with it looked like just with my training experience and exposure to things like this, it appears that this may have been a random walk-up attack and not as coordinated. Because if the person was shot right there by the bus stop, which means that there was an exchange of gunfire somehow, and they're waving over the ambulance. So if the exchange of gunfire happened right there and immediately the person was detained, and my opinion, that means that this was a walk-up situation and not pre-planned. Yeah, you see the shattered glass there. Hey, when I'm saying stuff, can you mute it so it's the noise is not bouncing back? We got a couple more super chats. I love to answer your super chats. As I have an uncomfortable photo of the suspect apprehended, how can I send it to you? Send it to me at email it to me at brandon@freedomchat.com. Brandon@freedomchat.com. And Freedom Chat app, Freedom Chat is a secured end-to-end encrypted program. It's a real encrypted, created by people who know what they're doing. Obviously, y'all know we on the same page. And it's so you don't have to do WhatsApp and all these other weird things that's not really encrypted. They probably monitor you and selling your information. We don't sell your information at Freedom Chat. So send it to me at Freedom Chat. I got the email open right now and I'm monitoring it. How many are living in How many are living a failed existence, offended to common sense? 100%. Hey, thank you for that super chat. I appreciate it. Let me go back to my email and see if I got an email from the young lady that just messaged me. Maybe it's Lisa. I'm not sure. I got to see who messaged me that, so I can know it's you in the Freedom Chat email. My husband is a former law enforcement who was injured on the job. Pray for everyone who wore the uniform and served their community. Amen and amen. That'll be something I always support, is the men and women who wear that badge, man. Always. Let's see, Cody. I'm looking for your email whenever it comes in, if your actual name is Cody. All right, David sent his opinions. I believe it was a leftist. It isn't a shame. It is a shame that in a day and age, we even consider a shooter being committed by a leftist-leaning Democrat over a terrorist. Just 10 years ago, everyone would have automatically assumed that it was a terrorist attack. Yeah, it's crazy because these people are terrorists. Like, some of these leftists are actual terrorists. You're the only one covering this on YouTube. B. Tatum, thank you for what you do. Stay encouraged, brother. Peace and grace through Jesus Christ. Amen and amen. Hey, while I got y'all on here, man, I really want to bounce off some ideas with you. We were thinking about doing a Bible study. We were going to do kind of like a written Bible study on Substack, but I was thinking about doing a Bible study. I really do think that in a time such as this, we need to lean in on our faith, and me too. Right? A Bible study is not because I'm so good and perfect and I'm trying to make y'all be perfect. A Bible study is like, I need to get my stuff together too, and we can get our stuff together. Let me know in the comment section if you think that'd be a good idea. We'll try to spark it up, and because we hired a staff of incredible people. Now we built our staff almost quadruple what we had before, and quadruple was because we had one person. That sound good, don't it? That's how numbers can be deceiving. Like, dude, we quadrupled our staff. People probably think we got like 45 people in here. No, we had dwindled down to one person. Nick was the jack of all trades, the Swiss Army knife. That's what I'm going to start calling him, Swiss Army knife. So it looks like we got a photo. It says photo of the civilian and possibly the suspect that was involved, and his fool is in his underwear. They said it was graphic, but it don't look like he's not deceased. But it looked like he's completely naked in this photo. Do you have this photo, Nick? Do I send it to you? Should I put it up on the screen? I think we got it. But thank you, Cody. You don't have to blur it out. I don't think he's really naked under there. Thank you, Cody, for sending that to me at brandon@freedomchat.com. Let's see, we got another super chat. Yeah, thank y'all for super chat. Thank y'all for being on. Hey, also, I want your feedback. Bible study, they said yes. I want your feedback. We've decided to put our podcast on a separate channel. And I don't know if you guys like that or not. We did it because we thought it was cannibalizing this channel. If you're interested, make sure you go and subscribe to the Officer Tatum Show channel. It's just a click of a button. The Officer Tatum Show channel. Subscribe there because that's where we put all of our live shows now. I'm not sure if I want to bring it back to this channel or keep it over in that channel just for the people that want to see it live. Somebody said turn up the volume. Maybe somebody's hard of hearing. Or my volume is too low. I don't know why. It sounds good for everybody else? Okay. Yeah, somebody may be hard of hearing. Can I advertise my Bible study podcast here? Of course. You can put it in the chat. I don't care. I'm not monopolizing the Bible. I didn't write it. So if you want to talk about Jesus, go ahead, man. Many of us, all of us need to be talking about Jesus. All of us need a Bible study podcast. I love you so much. Thank you so much for having Charlie Kirk's back. I love your coverage on Charlie. I follow you in here and on Rumble. Huge fan. Been a fan since I got involved in politics. God bless you. Suspect image is ready. Look at this little coward in his underwear. I wish they'd have popped him on the street, but they didn't. I don't know if he naked or he got sweatpants on. But look at him, though, man. He looked like a jihadist. He got that beard. I want to see if somebody say Allah, if he's saying Allah Akbar or something when he was doing it. Because don't forget, it may have been a leftist, but it may have been, somebody said he's in a diaper. They should have put him in a diaper for real. Like, because of the violence that they enacted against him. He looks like Islam. Like, let me tell y'all this. I want to tell you this because nobody else is going to say this. I almost guarantee you, and make sure y'all hit the like button. I almost can guarantee you that if this dude is a jihadist terrorist, if he is a Muslim, they're not going to tell you. They're going to try to keep his identity hidden for an extended period of time. Because if this was a white cop that went after a black person in the middle of the street, his identity would be up yesterday. Name of the channel is JJ the Apostolic. Is that what it is? Apostolic. And the Bible study name is Walk With Me. Thank you so much, B. Tatum. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I hope that your Bible study is good. Because if it ain't good, I'm going to be mad at you. No, I'm playing. All right. Thank you guys for joining the live stream. We got a couple people on here, which is fun because the channel has been sucking like the viewership. Let's see. I got Tatum Freedom. Let's see. Brandon at freedomchat.com if you want to send me a message. I think we're going to be done and get off here. I think we already finished our live video. We're going to post our videos. We can't go live on the channel now, so it's just kind of like stream there. Eventually, we'll be able to do it live. But right now, it's just premiered. So go and visit there. Go and subscribe to all of my channels. I love you guys. I appreciate it. If we get more updates, I'll try to let you know. Hopefully, it's nothing too crazy because I want to enjoy my Thanksgiving with my family, and I don't want to be on here over the weekend, okay? But if the rubber hit the road, I might have to say something, all right? And Nick said he not editing nothing for y'all because he don't really like y'all like that. And so I'm going to have to get everybody else to edit if something do break, all right? No, I'm joking. Nick over there looking like he want to cry. All right. I love you guys. Somebody said $7,000. Yeah, come on, send it to me. I dare y'all to give me $7,000 of super chats. Okay. I love you guys. I hope you have an incredible, incredible, incredible Thanksgiving. Make sure that it's not just about eating food. It's about legitimately being thankful for what God has blessed us with, living in the country like no other country, having the freedoms that we have. Some of us have made it through serving in the military. You know, we still alive to tell the story. So God bless you. Y'all, God bless America. Make sure you download Freedom Chat. Also, you can send me an email at brandon@freedomchat.com. I love you guys. I'll see you. I'm out of here.
Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.